close. Racing through the waves, I want to be where nobody knows. Take me, baby, take me to a state of mind that's made up, baby, that's made of all the love we find. Electric, feel it in your hands. Hypnotic, watch your body stand. Happiness, this is where we
Welcome back for week 3 of the South Hobart pre-season games here at Darcy Street. Brought to you by MyOnStream. This is going to be another interesting affair. South Hobart today taking on Pascoe Vale. They've recently taken on Bentley Greens last week. And the season is still about a month and a half away. But after the games against Hume and Bentley, South Hobart's prep is certainly trending in the right direction. They've been pretty impressive thus far, and today Pascoe Vale become their third major test before the NPL Southern Summer Series gets underway in a week's time. I'm Andrew calling this one for Slice of Cheese. It is a gorgeous day here at Darcy Street. The sun is shining, very comfortable temperature for the players, and it should be a pretty enjoyable affair. And really looking forward to seeing what we'll get to in a minute. Is a pretty full-strength South Hobart lineup. Been a little bit undermanned in the past couple of weeks, but this is probably their preferred 11 heading into the game, and I look forward to seeing what they can do. We'll have some pictures for you soon, but certainly a pretty intense warm-up being done by Pascoe Vale as we take a look at the South Hobart team. And as I've said, it's a very strong one today, and in goals Kieran Brown returns after he was missing against Bentley. Number 2, Connor Schmidt. We saw him playing at centre-back in a bit of a shift, but you'd presume, looking at that team lineup, he'll slot in at left back today with Adam Gorry, the right wing back, the absolute flyer. He is Darcy Street's favourite ranger. He has been a star for them since moving from Devonport. Hugh Ludford and Dan Brown return in the heart of defence to experienced and tough customers, and they'll be lining up in the middle with those two alongside the fullback Luke Farrell. Experienced customer, you'd expect to sit just in front of that back four and play that protective role. I thought he was really good in the way he did that against Hume City. His class and experience showed through. And someone at the other end of the age spectrum, but Jerry Sculthorpe gets his chance to lead the line. He's been utterly dominant in the Challenge League over the past 2 seasons. And today he will get the start for South Hobart leading the line, and with Lazinski still absent and Hamlet having departed, there's certainly an opportunity for Pajari if he can stake a claim here today. Nick the Mortog Morton, any fears of long-term damage to that arm have been put to bed. He's right to go, and one of the very best players in the state, Morton. He'll be charging around the midfield. So important to the way they like to play that high press, and the energy he brings is second to none. Kobe Kemp will be partnering him in midfield, you'd assume. Very smooth mover. Just keeps them ticking along. He's got a great range of passes. He's very good over the dead ball, and just continues to improve. Alex Walter, speaking of improvement, last year one of the truly dominant players of the competition, and thus far in the pre-season he looks like he might have gone up another gear still. He has been super impressive. He's sporting the Gareth Bale top knot, and he's playing a bit like him too, just charging down that wing. On the opposite flank, I'd expect a Jacob Brennan, one of those youngsters. We'll be hoping to see a little bit more regular football. He's taking Darcy Hall's regular spot on the right wing today. And I'm looking forward to seeing what young Jakey Brennan can do, because he's just teased off the bench in recent seasons, but has shown himself to be a very valuable contributor. On the bench, we've got Wadi Castaneda. Speaking of talented youngsters, prodigious is Wadi. He's come back and looking to perhaps rebuild his fledgling career, but he's certainly got the talent, as has Ryan Cook. He's got a powerful shot on him, and plenty of... he's got a good engine, I guess, would be the thing that stands out to Cook. He charges around and really throws his body about. Isaac Togetto, he'll hustle if he gets his chance off the bench, and crossed over from Launceston City. Olaf Conforti, another one of the youngsters out of the Moulton Soccer School. Backup keeper Graham Wright is an interesting sight, returning to the States, and he was presumed to be the number one heading into last season for South Hobart, but it was Kieran Brown who ended up taking the number one spot, and then Wright disappeared, but he's back in the frame now, and he's going to have a tough ask dislodging Brown from the number one position at South after the season he had. Two others not listed but are on the bench, the archer Jack Bowman and Keenan Dowse, who's come down from Devonport. So that's the South Hobart lineup, and fair to say I'm far more familiar with that lineup than this one we've got coming here, but we'll roll through them too. The Pascoe Vale boys. Can't offer you too much insights, but we'll read the names out for you, or at least try. We've got Adrian Darcy, number 4 Matt Hennessy, I think that's meant to be. Number 5 is Ethan Doherty. Number 8 Gonzalo Abascal. Number 9 Michael Ferrante. Number 10 Davy Von Schip. Felipe Bernabeu Madrid. Well, the Bernabeu, the famous stadium in Madrid. Just wonder if that's got anything to do with the middle name. I'm not sure, but Stephen Hatzakostas, Amir Osman-Sevic, number 24 Matty Ballon, and number 35 Alex Paulidis. So a few tongue twisters there to challenge throughout the afternoon. Just the 3 on the bench for Pascoe Vale today: Carl Recchia, Nicholas Gonzalez, and number 20 Luka Prelevic. They've made the flight down this morning, which is why kickoff got pushed back from 2 o'clock to 3. So unlike previous trips from Bentley and Hume, who came down the Friday and trained, of course, they had their 2 games against Southland Zebras. This very much just the one-off, flying down to take on South. With the ball plinth in place, all very official here at the Theatre of Dreams, as Stratos Plomaridis is to lead them out today. One of the best in the business. And his assistants today, Monty Peace and Luke Phillips, will be running the lines as we approach kickoff here at Darcy Street. And what a wonderful day for football it appears to be. Could not ask for better conditions than this. A lovely summer's day for it should be an entertaining contest. The NPL Victoria season not too far away. Pascoe Vale will definitely be ramping up their preparation. South Hobart have still, of course, got the Southern Summer Series not too far away. And Ash, you just want to update the graphic there. We got Bentley Greens there. Of course, came down last week and put on a big show. They were very impressive. They were one of the dominant sides in Victorian football. Pascoe Vale finishing 7th last year, so perhaps not quite as strong, but we know that competition is one of the very best NPL leagues in the country, and any team competing in it is going to give a very stiff test. The monkey with the ball plinth there. We saw him in net last week with Kieran Brown back out today. He's standing next to his namesake, Dogger Daniel Brown, wearing the captain's armband for South Hobart. A bit of the customary team photos before the game. And a fanfare for this wonderful occasion and the handshakes. Now beginning, Kieran Brown leading down the line. So it looks like the number 35 is the goalkeeper. So Alex Pavlidis for Pascoe Vale. So that answers that question with a lack of a number 1 on the team sheet. Some interesting numbers in there. Let's see how Pascoe Vale line up here. Seen a few different formations from the visiting teams in recent weeks. A couple of different systems that South Hobart have been able to test themselves against. So thoroughly impressed against Bentley last week in the first kind of 15 minutes of that game, how South Hobart really took it to them, brought the intense forward press and had them under pressure and on the cooker there for a little while, but eventually the class won out. But if they could start with a similarly ferocious start today, they might just ask a few questions of the visitors, freshly off the plane and ready to go here. Decent little crowd in here in Darcy Street, and why not? A lovely way to spend your Saturday afternoon, coming in, watching 2 very good teams do their thing. So Silver Fox, Ken Morton just heading down to the sidelines now. A few last words of advice there. A few busy players. And there are the officials. Wish them a very good game. And Stratos He had a fantastic season in the middle last year, so should have a very well refed game here. So we'll get our first impression of how the teams are lining up here. And Pascoe Vale appear to be short one. She's causing some consternation. Just being pointed out. Someone either in the bathroom has forgotten they're on, but that's just causing the slight delay here. I think South Hobart are suggesting maybe we could get underway here, but there's no real rush. Not too many places to be. And finally, it seems Pascoe Vale will opt to send an 11th player out. It would have been a very bold strategy. And it's Ethan Doherty, who is the offender. I'm going to guess he's the centre-back, just looking at the size of him. And he does stride right into the middle of defence. A fair bit of size to him, so it looks like he's going to be partnering Matt Hennessy in the middle of this defence. We're about to get underway. So kick-off at Darcy Street for this final pre-season hit-out against Victorian opposition. It's Pascoe Vale looking to employ a slightly more direct approach here over the top. I don't have to tell you who number 11 is, but he's not on the team sheet, so we might have to use powers of deduction to figure that one out as we go. Thrasio across there. And really, looking at the numbers on these Pascoe Vale players, it's complete opposite what I've got. So, bear with me there for a second as Fajari Sculthorpe shows a lovely first touch. He controlled that immaculately. Then works it across to Gorry charging down, but finds himself dispossessed. Osmanovic winning it back. Looks to switch the play. That was broken up. One back by the Frenchman, Luke Farrell. Works it to Walter. Little jink inside. Put it in front of Morton. Repelled by Doherty. And there is the Morthog Morton. Out to Adam Gorry. Combination with Brennan. Gorry surging forward. Fortunately, the run hadn't been made by Brennan. Pascoe Vale looking to build. Surrounded by red shirts. Oh, he skips around Gorry. That is delightful work there. He's charging forward now. Pascoe Vale. Turn in the midfield. Beautiful control. And he's immediately pulling out the fancy footwork again here. He charges off this time. Broken up by Kemp. Some lovely footwork as he jinks inside, looking to get past Gorry, but some support. We're tracking back Jake Brennan, sees it put behind. It's Amir Osmanovic who's going to take the corner. So swings it in. Dangerous ball. Centre back was there and volleying it across was Hennessy. Eventually it's cleared out there towards Brennan. He's it back to Kobe Kemp, who punches it forward into the path of the Morthog. He's got some room. He's got Walter wide open on the opposite flank. He heads in that direction. Walter looking to track this one down. Pressured there. Walter turning on it. Back he goes to Connor Schmidt. Chance to put his foot through it. Instead just curls one into the mixer. It's unconvincingly cleared though. Safety found and Osmanovic can collect. He gets his head up and turns. Well, number 10, Davy Von Schip, who dazzled with his footwork moments ago. It's just been pointed out to me. I'm not sure he's wearing shin pads. They might be the little futsal ones. Look at that. Disproportionate to his leg size, that's for sure. Davy Von Schip, who has impressed early on here. And they look to build out from the back again through Hennessy. Hennessy works it across. But they've won it back South Hobart. Luke Farrell dispossessed the Baskel there. Good work from the Morthog Morton pressuring South Hobart. Just surrounding the Pascoe Vale players here, not letting it out. Drawing applause from the crowd who are enjoying what they're seeing. A good intensity brought by the hosts in the opening couple of minutes. And that one rolls out of play. A throw for Schmidt. We'll be looking to sew up this left-back position to make it his own this year in the absence of Liam Quayle, who's been really the premier fullback of the competition for the past 2 years. Osmanovic now with a chance, but Gorry interjects. Slightly sloppy touch from Hennessy. Calls to Walter. The offside flag's up, however, so Pascoe Vale coach barking out the instructions on the sideline. Not terribly pleased with what he's seen thus far. Throw in to be taken. Pascal moves it forward to Von Schip. Oh, well won there by the Frenchman Luke Farrell. Thought he was fouled. Play on the call. And a chance to run behind here. A good chance for Pascoe Vale. Drives it near post into the side. Netting only. Oh, great chance there for the Burnabout. Madrid. Yes, smashing this one. Brown getting a touch to it in the end, perhaps. Yes, well done. The youngster, so corner. Trying to beat him at the near post. Luke Farrell was fouled in the lead up to that. But, chance falling to Philippe Bernabeu Madrid. What a name. Best one we've seen thus far in the pre-season, I reckon. Short corner worked. Pascal works it into a wrestling match between Brown and Von Schip. Two very strong customers. Schip to the back post. This is promising. Oh, well done. Getting up. I believe that was Kobe Kemp, I think. No, Pajari Sculthorpe. And the youngster tracking back. And he makes a crucial header here against a taller opposition who had a tremendous leap. Well done, Pajari, in defence there. So another corner. Osmanovic to take. Pascoe Vale probing here early on from the set pieces. Osmanovic with a poor delivery. When Schip tries to shield it, he turns. Couldn't generate enough power in his shot. He was just checked from behind. He wanted a penalty play on the call, and now the Morthog chips it for Brennan to chase. I think this will elude him though when it does. Now to play. Good pace to the opening 6 minutes of this match. Durante looking forward to Osmanovic chasing, and Dogger Brown hurdles across to deal with it. Here's the Morthog Morton. Outside of the boot. That's a beautiful chip into the path of Walter. Opens up the pitch for him. He's going to run now. Jinks inside and he drives on the right. It's an erratic shot from Walter. But the way he bought the space and dropped the shoulder there was lovely. Just lacking the end product on that occasion. Providing a test, but the way he buys the space here, Walter. Sells him inside, takes it out. He had the defender beaten all ends up. That was lovely from Walter. Unfortunately, just couldn't pick out the far corner. Pretty good sign for South Hobart. Alex Walter doing those kind of things. It's an interesting system being set up here by South Hobart. Walter tucking back in at the moment. Morton pushing on a bit. On Schip, looks to do his fullback. Real target man on Schip, but as we saw in the only couple of minutes, he's certainly got the foot skills and the trickery to complement his size and strength. Keyboard smashes this one long. In the Gorry direction, wins the header. Kobe Kemp. Ben Brennan trying to keep one in, but unable to do so. Pascoe Vale getting the ball back. Have to switch it out again. Von Schip, who has been very busy. That's a dangerous looking ball. Brown needs to deal with it, and stretching he does. Just about. And then well done by Schmidt coming in. Pascal. Oh, well cut out by Schmidt there. Brown. Dealt with convincingly by Hennessy. Brown with an awkward header. Walter competes with the Pascal. And Schmidt smashing it long. So here's Walter. Oh, lovely little look away pass. Dropped it off for Luke Farrell. Got it to Brennan, to Gorry, who sends it down the field looking for the Morthog, but easily collected by the Pascoe Vale keeper. Here's Kemp. Oh, lovely skill to beat one, but some coverage was there in the form of Doherty. Maybe Kemp questioning why it's not a South Hobart throw. An animated Pascoe Vale coach on the sidelines. South looking to box them in here. It's laid back and immediately they swarm. And they've won it back, South Hobart. He's got Walter to pick out in the middle. It's a teasing ball and just holding on to it. He did well in the end there was the keeper, Alex Politis. A bit of a fumble, but gathered it back in and it was an athletic take. Hennessy works it forward. Oh, well won back by the Frenchman. Did superbly. Now Morton. Gorry charging forward, as he customarily does, and he thinks about a shot from distance. Adam Gorry wasn't far away. Now it's up from the fullback. I didn't know he had that in his locker. Maybe he's just worked on that one over the off-season, but he wasn't too far away here, the fullback. It's a rasping drive, but not too far away from sneaking in. I think the keeper did have it covered, though, to be fair, but tremendous hit from Darcy Street's favourite runner, and he'll be even more favoured to achieve legend status if he starts scoring a few like that this year. Number 9 turns and works it forward. That was Ferrante, and now a chance. They might be in danger here at the other end. Crosses back. Von Ship takes it down with a silky touch. His shot is blocked. Well done, Hugh Ludford. He's done well there, the experienced defender, and then just checks around. Beautifully done. I think he was fouled twice there, Hugh Ludford, but he just kept on going. The advantage played. Morton bursting through the middle. Instead pulls it back for Walter. Morton surrounded, so retreats back to the Frenchman. Right to Schmidt, wants to use his right foot. Just took him into a little bit of trouble, just needed to take that one wide there, Schmidt. And Morton just a little overzealous in his attempts to win the ball back. And the free kick is blown. The easy foul for the referee to call, but South Hobart executing this press so well, causing some problems for the opposition. That's a nice little flick on. Ludford did it well, worked it across to Brown, or played themselves into trouble here. South, it's Von Ship, who's got some space. He wants to shoot, he gets one off and hits the post. Well, didn't look the most dangerous of efforts, but nearly sneaks in and still under pressure. Osmatovic back to Von Ship. Oh, buy some space. South Hobart with shirts back. They're just corralling in here. The South defence. He plays a clever little ball looking to unleash his fullback, but Schmidt read the intent well. He gets across. And a good block, but they should be able to get out here through Walter. The pressure now coming from Pascoe Vale the other way. And South have found their way through all right, but Walter didn't see anything he liked, so retreats back to Kieran Brown. So the woodwork hit. Pascoe Vale's closest attempt thus far. It didn't look the most powerful of efforts. We might have a replay in a second. But nearly creeping in. A bright opening to this game. Enjoyable contest. Both teams really looking to play in a positive manner. So we have a look. Von Ship he's held off and eventually gets his shot off, and it wasn't too far from sneaking in the bottom corner there. Here's Hennessy. The Pascoe back to Hennessy. Now the player goes. The Pascoe. Morton scrapping away there on the near touch line. We want to keep hold of it there as the Silver Fox cops a bit of close range fire there. Von Ship offering short. Powerful figure, the number 10. He lays it back, it's chipped forward. Oh, well read by Gorry. Cuts it out before Osmanovic can get on the end of it. Osmanovic. Powerful driving run this, causing some troubles, but South Hobart had plenty of numbers back. Well done, Brown. Schmidt. Jakey Brennan. Nice some space, and they'll work their way through this well, South Hobart. Just thought their way through the problem, and they'll switch it up to Schmidt. A little bit slow, the pass, though. It's put them under pressure. Walter charging back to the ball. And good pressure from Pascoe Vale, forcing the error, and then fair to say, not loving the work of Connor Schmidt was the Burnabout there, just giving him a bit of a shove. So that was terribly called for. A little bit feisty from the Madrid stuff. And Stratos just telling him to cool his jets a little. It is the pre-season after all. Ballon standing over this one. Looks to stand it up. Brown should be able to deal with this. Lofts it. So to come down with snow on it, but absolutely no chance on a day like this. Oh, lovely work through the midfield. The pass. Chinking back inside. A little bit fired up by that altercation here. The winger, the Burnabout, he tracks this one down. Looks to play a 1-2 with Von Schip, but that's broken up, and now South through Kemp. Walter making a bursting run in behind. Crucial foot from the fullback. Nice work from Pajari Sculthorpe, but in the end, it's nicely dealt with by Doherty. Ballon. Schmidt got in front, did well. And Walter. Fair to say the crowd here just wanting a foul called there, but play continues. So their consternation. Here's Gorry, but might work out all right. This is moving all right for South Hobart. It was a poor pass from Gorry, though. It did no favours to Brennan. Pascoe Vale to transition back the other way, but they've coughed it up to Kobe Kemp. Real scrap developing here in the middle at the moment. Doherty worked it out to Von Schip. Back to Ballon. And Ballon with some nice work with not a lot of room to play for, and he switches it up to an offside Osmanovic. Can't quite believe it. The flag was up very early on the sideline there. Here is Ludford. Oh, he off the ball, took a bobble and got away from him, and that is a very smart piece of fouling there from Hugh Ludford. So that was looking dangerous, he said. We'll just take the foul and hold him down. So Pascoe Vale now. Chip ball. Brown should be able to get there. And the young keeper obliges. His namesake, a little pat on the shoulder as he throws it out to the Morthog. Carrying forward to midfield, a little outside of the boot number. Dealt with by Hennessy. So Connor Schmidt with the throw. Pascoe Vale shutting down the little throw behind that South Sulphur like to run. Then look to punch it forward. And block that avenue off. Lovely turn from Von Schip. And now powerfully charging forwards. And this is opening up. Beautiful play from the centre forward there. Cutouts, but not convincingly. Von Schip, he's got options left and right. He went down the middle and it's well won. Beautifully defended. The Frenchman, Loic Farrell, getting back and saving their bacon there. It all rather fell apart at the back for South. Pascoe Vale just clicking up a gear now, you sense. Finding their rhythm a little bit. Here's Hennessy. Ballon dropping deep. Baskel down the line. Osman Sevic. Into the middle. It's a Costas, but I haven't called that one too often. Hasn't been heavily involved. Von Ship has though, and he works this one forward. A little shirt grabbing going on there from Ludford that he gets away with. The wily centre back just did enough to put off the burnabout. Nods it back. Kemp will recover it, and now Gorry. It's the 3 on the bench today for Pascoe Vale as they do a few run-throughs near touchline. Ludford lofts it forward to no one in particular, and keeper thought he was just going to let it roll out. Eventually recovers it. Nick Morton directing traffic. And they get their shape to shut this exit down, and that's surely a foul. Easy one, right under the nose, the official. As they play out from the back here. Diving in to win it was Gorry. Out for a throw in.
Come back out again, Mateo.
Enjoyable opening 20 here at the Theatre of Dreams. Pascoe Vale just working their way on top. Von Ship holding the smaller frame of Brennan off. Back they go again. Into the middle. Oh, well one back by the Warthog Morton, and now South Hobart looking to hit them in transition, but Morton just took his eye off the ball, I think, and lost it. An apology, uncharacteristic error that one, as this one's lofted over the top. That's a wonderful ball. The first touch just allowed Brown in, and the captain came across and made a vital intervention. Otherwise, the burnabout was bearing down on net. Kemp out to Gorry. Gorry again, just setting Shaky Brennan slightly too tough a task. He must rate Brennan, because it's a couple of times he's really put it out in front of him. Made it very tough for the winger. Apart from that, an excellent start from Adam Gorry. Let's go our coach a little bit miffed on the sidelines, as again, Fuse coming together here. The foul is blown. Osmanovic. It's a live wire on this right. Fiery customer. Some good physical battles thus far with him involved. Shooting the ball here. He is the burnabout. Von Ship. And gets his head up, throws in a step over and charges past Adam Gorry, who gets a foot in, did just enough to put him off. Well done, Gorry, but he's thrown those step overs a few times. Von Ship, he's got tremendous acceleration to complement his stature. Kieran Brown chips it to Connor Schmidt. Just about keeps it in before turning inside to the Warthog Morton. Now Ludford opting for the long ball for Kemp, who's made a bursting run here, the central midfielder, and just under hits the pass to Walter. It was silkily done by Kemp. He did everything right but the power on the pass. Lovely movement there from Walter and Kemp, and Ken Morton not particularly pleased with that free kick. The Silver Fox out of his chair. Look at the replay. I think that's fair enough, but I think the frustration more comes from a couple of earlier incidents where the free kick wasn't blown the other way. Chested down cleverly. This is a chance. Turning on the left, the shot was blocked. That shot coming from Hatzakostas.
All right, I'll tell them.
Please tell them, say please.
I'll tell them.
Switching ball to Von Ship. Holding off the attention of Schmidt. Look at the quick feet. It's a lot to watch thus far. Turns it back Samotis looked off. Well, shit with a deft little flick and a clever run too. Well tracked by Brown. Oh, well done. The South Hobart defence held firm under some very clever interplay from the Pascoe Vale attackers. Gorry looking to get out in front here. Been involved in everything, Osmanovic so far. Farrell loses out here, and Von Schip offering short, ignored again. Osmanovic was there into the channel. This is building nicely. Oh, well done. Lunging challenge from Dogger Brown, who I must say is sporting considerably less hair than last time I saw him. Osmanovic again. Running at the South Hobart defence. Morton and Brennan, the attackers and midfielders, really doing well to get back and defend in numbers for South. Gorry has his clearance blocked. And you can see what the wind's doing. Rather than rolling out for a goal kick, it'll be a throw in. Blowing the usual way here at South Hobart. Towards the left of your screens. Probably at South Hobart's back with slight cross breeze across the pitch. Heading towards the far side. And it has picked up in the last 5 or 10. Seen it affect a couple of the longer balls. Gorry. Well, we see the wind at work on that throw. Took it over the intended target, and eventually Pascoe Vale out the back to Politis. Hennessy under pressure here, Hennessy. And turns it over. Chance for Luke Farrell. Shields turns back onto the left. Morton. Oh, Walter just waited on it a little bit. Allowed the fullback to win it back a Pascal for his side. He continues through the middle. Now Doherty. Outside of the boot pass was good. Osmanovic over the top and offside again is the Madridista. And then about. Just been caught straying on a couple of occasions. No protestations on this particular occasion. Luke Farrell. Driving pass for Brennan. Brennan to Kemp. Kemp switches it up to Walter. He's got Morton down his outside and he'll use it. Nick Morton. Sliding challenge from a Pascal. Puts it into touch. And to get his foot on that ball, or Morton was off to the races. Here's Walter. Almost executed the turn. Just lost control in the last second. Von Schip has switched now to the right. And he might be in here, Von Schip. He nods it into his own path and he's off. He's storming in towards the goal here. Will he cut it back or shoot? He opted to cut back. And the South Hobart defence denies him. It was unselfish, but perhaps the occasion just called for the powerful winger to take it on himself. If he had his time again, he would have pulled the trigger there. This one's cut out by Doherty. Straight to Kobe Kemp. Now Adam Gorry. With time and space. What can he do? He sends it into Sculthorpe, who turns onto his left and fires into the back of the net. Powerful centre forward play for Pajari Sculthorpe. That's the way he wanted a starting spot in this lineup. He's making the most of his chance against South. They go to the good here against Pascoe Vale. Delightful stuff from Pajari Sculthorpe. And that will please Ken Morton. Seeing his young centre forward do this, just holding off the attention of Hennessy. He shields, turns and fires perfectly. Lovely stuff. Not well defended, but that is exactly what you want to see from your big number 9, wearing the number 6 today, but playing in the middle. And with no Lazinski sighted thus far, and Hamlet departing, there is an opening to lead the line for Jerry Sculthorpe. Meanwhile, almost the immediate response. Wide by the Madridista. Dangerous players, we have a look here. Ship again causing some problems. Sorry, that was Osmanovic. Just couldn't control the volley in the end there. As I was saying, there's definitely an opening for the Jerry Sculthorpe. He's been making Challenge League defences look silly for the past 2 seasons. He scored an absolute truckload of goals, and if he can translate that to the next level. Just another threat South Hobart have. That's the type of play that will really please his manager, that's for sure. So South take the lead here. And it's been an impressive opening 30 minutes from them. They're really taking the game up to their Victorian opponents. Just carrying the ball out is Ballon. It was a really poor pass though. Sold his teammate short. Sculthorpe works it out to Gorry. Walter again looking to sneak in down the left, but they instead go the direct approach. A bursting run to be made by Morton. Long ball, searching for the Burnabout, who gets there and takes it over the top of Ludford. That was classy. He takes it over the top of another defender. I think that's handball. Play on, it matters not. As Ludford takes it across to Kemp. Yeah, the South Hobart defence scramble and save the day. Covering for each other nicely. Ballon. Work it down the line. And the throw in Pascoe Vale's way, but the crowd really appreciating the efforts here on the home side. Getting a fine account of themselves. Throw in. They'll retreat back. And look to build through Doherty. Doherty's pass was poor. Near the intended target. Distribution hasn't been overly crisp out from the back thus far from Pascoe Vale. No, South Hobart's pressure certainly contributed to it. Adam Gorry with the throw in. Deft little flick and then volleyed away. Skelthorpe hold the ball up. He'll get a throw in. Just watch out that Alex Walter on this touchline, just staying wide, hoping he can sneak in if the switch does come. Brown drilling again with Osmanovic. Oh, delightful from Von Ship. He was fouled, but he keeps going anyway, and he's fouled again, and this time he will get a free kick. So he's brought unceremoniously to the deck. Bursting forwards was the fullback, Pascoe. They couldn't take it quickly and release him. Walter did a good job tracking the run anyway. Into the middle for Ferrante. And Ferrante lofting one over the top for the Burnabout. Younger Brown is brought down as his stooping head up. Worked its way to Walter. Free kick south. Punches it to Kemp. He casually flicks it out to Adam Gorry. Gorry setting Kemp a task. Oh, classily defended there. It was nicely done. No real options as they retreat back. So the fullback who's put under some pressure here by Walter is the Pascoe. Looks it forward for the Burnabout, but Connor Schmidt wins it back. Tenacious stuff from the youngster. Alex Walter. Schmidt stayed forward. He gets involved here and he has a shot and it's palmed away. Comfortable enough for the keeper. But doing well to get his shot off Connor Schmidt, who sensed his chance, having charged forward. Try and get on the score sheet. Clever movement from Schmidt, and yeah, definitely the best option. Draws a good save from the keeper, albeit one you'd expect to be made. Nick Morton on corner duties. What can the Morthog conjure up? He goes in the middle and it's easily plucked by Paulides. Just floated up there and made it a bit too easy for the keeper on that occasion. Paulides doesn't have an option he really likes, so he lofts this one up and will just hold in the breeze. Well judged by Osmancevic. Schmidt to Gorry. Numbers win out for Pascoe Vale here. Into the middle again for Ferrante. Pascoe pressured by Walter, as he has been all throughout the half. To buy some space, but no one really offering for him short there. And Ship did well, won a battle, and now he turns and charges forward. He flicks a ball, which Brown should be able to deal with, and does. It's been their most likely thus far, Von Ship. The one making things happen for them. Mansevich has thrown his body around and had a few problems, but it's been the number 10 that's looked the most prominent threat. The two wingers have been switching flanks routinely throughout as this one's winked back. There is Von Ship, holding off the attentions. A couple of South Hobart defenders before retreating back to his midfielder Ferrante. Now the fullback with a chance to run the defence. Goes back to Von Ship. Through the middle they build. Bollen. Play comes to a standstill as he assesses the options. South well structured in defence, and it's just a bit sloppy from Pascoe Vale. Credit the South Hobart side doing a good job disrupting them. Connor Schmidt. Bajari Sculthorpe. Back to Schmidt. Oh, well done, Schmidt. It's first one. Now Sculthorpe to Walter. Walter's brought down. A free kick line. Connor Schmidt, good job offensively so far today, getting forwards and being involved in his side's attacking moves. Kobe Kemp will be the one they want for this set piece though. One of the sweetest right foots in the state, Kobe Kemp. Expert technician over the dead ball, and he chips this one toward the back post, looking for Sculthorpe. Easily dealt with, however. Tallarides. And now this looks promising, a chance perhaps for Pascoe Vale. They charge forward. Gorry's got to track back in the middle, waiting for it was Von Ship, and the pass eluded him. Better pass, and he was in there. He gets the ball. Back to Ferrante. Ballon. Chested down, that handball. Here's the call. No protest from the Pascoe Vale man, which nips that attack in the bud. So Kieran Brown punching it along down the middle. Not convincingly dealt with there. That's all. My Doherty. Doesn't matter in the end, Farrell should win this back. Having a good game, Lloyd Farrell, just doing the dirty work in midfield. Disrupting them well. Just cutting off passing lanes. Winning the ball back for his side. On Ship, protecting the ball from Schmidt, but now he's surrounded by 4 South Hobart shirts. Just look at the way they swarm. Losing stuff, but they might have played their way through here. They retreat back in the end, so South not too much. Chips it forward. Long ball over the top. Some miscommunication between Brown and Brown there. In the end, Dogart just stooping low for Kieran Brown, who volleys it away. Morton. Now Ludford driving it over the top for Walter. A Pascoe turns inside. That's a poor pass from a Pascoe. It nearly lets Sculthorpe in. Who's going to get to this one first? Brennan back for Morton. Keeper still off his line. Still a chance. They work it wide for Gorry. Again, South Hobart's pressure forcing errors at the back for Pascoe Vale. Gorry, he does well. Block the pass and forces a turnover. Kemp with a sharp piece of work. A 1-2 with Sculthorpe. Kemp's shot well blocked though. Here's Schmidt. Lofting it forward. Plenty of South Hobart numbers, and one of them's the Morthog. Morton who chips the keeper, but he got too much on it. And the keeper, I think, rightfully questioning his defence there. And not too far away from the Morthog, just couldn't bring that one back down. It's a good ball from Connor Schmidt over the top, but a Pascoe completely out of sync with the rest of his back four there. The other three were about 5 metres ahead of him, and he was playing 3 South Hobart players on side, so the fullback needing to step up there. And Pascoe gets away with it. Morton unable to execute a very tough effort. Now, I don't think he'll be able to track this one down either. 5 minutes before the half. So Hobart will be delighted to get into the sheds with the lead. It'll be good value for it if they can. It's been some good football on this side that showing very good signs. The defending champions looking every bit as dangerous this year as foul blown against Schmidt. One of those 6 of one, half a dozen of the other top scenarios, but in the end the man who hits the deck tends to get the free kick, and that's the case. Pascoe will leave this one for Hennessy. Hennessy punches it wide. Gorry gets across. Defended it well. So here's Gorry. Loic Farrell, classy turn from the Frenchman. Brennan, Gorry, lovely passing this. Farrell worked it to Gorry, checked inside, but Pascoe Vale recover it, but South Hobart immediately back on it through Kemp, who works it to Walter in space. And he went inside though. Pascoe Vale across to cover, but again they don't deal with it, and Walter's shot straight at the keeper, but he's just been caught on the ball a few too many times. The Pascoe Vale defence in this game. This one's not long for Osman Sevic. Ludford blasted off his back. Loic Farrell across to Kemp. Oh, Morton had made a different run to the pass he was expecting. Just not quite on the same page there. The midfield partners, but Kemp pressures and forces them to retreat all the way back to the keeper, who's put under pressure by the Warthog. Close to closing that one down too. Gorry nods forward. Down to the left back. Adrian has turned it over. I think Morton's offside here. An easy call for the official. And I love just the casual palm from the keeper there. Get that out, son. Ballum. It's on the ball and goes back to Hennessy, whose chip ball was really to no one in particular, and Walter was able to get back. Playing out from the back hasn't been good enough from the Victorians thus far. It's more promising. They'll look to switch the play, but it was a poor ball straight to Gorry. Nowhere near Von Ship. Loic Farrell across to Gorry. Now Brennan again able to get on the end of that one. It's well cut out. Doherty across to cover. Well held thus far as Brennan. Skelthorpe loses it to Von Ship, who gets his head up and charges at this defence, but it's a poor pass. Broken up by Dogger Brown. Now Gorry sliding it through for Brennan again, and I don't know if he'll get this one either. Close, but no cigar. Tried that one about 5 or 6 times in this half. Gorry just sliding it down the line for Brennan, but thus far hasn't been able to get on the end of it. Tallaricho, the left back, just got his name there. I think doing a pretty good job for his side. As it looks like a substitution is in the offing here. Nicholas Gonzalez down on the sidelines. So just before, a minute before half time, that's going to be one of the more bizarre times to make a sub, so you can only assume that he's replacing someone who might be injured. I think that's the Madridster. The Burnabout, I think, departing there. Paul Gonzalez, who very small in stature. Morton lets it run through, and here is the sub. Let's see what he can do. He rolls it for his big number 10, who holds off the attention of Brown. Two Warriors going at it there. The second man in was Schmidt, won it for South. Now Kemp with a lovely little pass for Brennan, who works hard. In the end, he wins the corner for his side, much to the chagrin of the defence, who it's fair to say aren't terribly happy with that decision. Doherty, the arms out, not particularly pleased. Well, for South Hobart, perhaps one last chance before the half-time break here. Adam Gorry, Kemp will offer him the short option, and he takes it. Kemp with a back heel for Gorry. Now Kemp, they change the angle, and now the ball comes into the back post. Just floated a bit too much though, and landing on the top of the netting. So into stoppage time we go, and there hasn't been too much, so half-time imminent here at Darcy Street. 1-0 the score to South Hobart. A great first 45 from them. And look at the watch. Stratos in the middle, and there is the half-time whistle, and they'll get a fine reception here from the Darcy Street crowd, South Hobart, because that was a fine first 45 from them. They'll head into the sheds with the lead, and a deserved lead too. They've been very good value this side. And it was Pajari Sculthorpe just rolling off the centre-back and firing one in with the left foot. That gives his side the lead heading into the break. We'll leave you with some highlights from the first 45. We'll take a bit of a breather here. And you'll see the Sculthorpe goal in there. But at half-time at Darcy Street, beautiful day for football. And as far as this home crowd is concerned, a beautiful scoreline. It is South Hobart 1, Pascoe Vale 0. Well done. Getting up. Manovich with a poor delivery. One Ship tries to shield it. He turns. Couldn't generate enough power in his shot. He was just checked from behind. He wanted a ball. Morton. Outside of the boot. That's a beautiful chip into the path of Walter. Opens up the pitch for him. Going to run now. Jinks inside and he drives on the right. It's an erratic shot from Walter. Laid back and immediately they swarm. And they've won it back, South Hobart. He's got Walter to pick out in the middle. It's a teasing ball and just holding on to it well in the end. Oh, well won back by the Frenchman. Did superbly. Now Morton. Gorry charging forward. He customarily does, and he thinks about a shot from distance. Adam Gorry wasn't far away. Now a chance. They might be in danger here at the other end. Crosses back. Von Ship takes it down with a silky touch. His shot is blocked. Well done, Hugh Ludford. Into trouble here, South. It's Von Ship, who's got some space. He wants to shoot. He gets one off, and it's the post. Well, didn't look the most dangerous of efforts, but he's charging forwards, and this is opening up. Beautiful play from the centre forward there. Cut out, but not convincingly. Von Ship, he's got options left and right. He went down the middle, and it's well done. Beautifully defended. The Frenchman error that one, as this one's lofted over the top. That's a wonderful ball. The first touch just allowed Brown in, and the captain came across and made a vital. Looking for the long ball for Kemp, who's made a bursting run here, the central midfielder, and just under hits the pass to Walter. It was gested down cleverly. This is a chance. Turning on the left, the shot was blocked. The shot coming from that's Augustus. Well, shit with a deft little flick and a clever run too. Well tracked by Brown. Oh, well done. The South Hobart defence held firm. He's off. He's storming in towards the goal here. Will he cut it back or shoot? He opted to come back. And the South Hobart defence denies him. Now Adam Gorry. With time and space. What can he do? He sends it into Sculthorpe, who turns onto this left and fires into the back of the net. Powerful centre forward play from Pajari Sculthorpe. That's the way you want us. There is an opening to lead the line. Pajari Sculthorpe. Meanwhile, almost the immediate response. Out, who gets there and takes it over the top of Ludford. That was classy. He takes it over the top of another defender. I think that's handball. Play on, it matters not. Dueling again with Osmanovic. Oh, delightful from Von Ship. He was fouled, but he keeps going anyway, and he's fouled again, and this time he will Get it forward for the Bernabeu, but Connor Schmidt wins it back. Tenacious stuff from the youngster. Alex Walter. Schmidt stayed forward. He gets involved here and he has a shot and it's palmed away. Comfortable enough for the keeper. What can the Morthog conjure up? Goes in the middle and it's easily plucked by Paulides. Just floated it up there and made it a bit too easy for the keeper. This is a turnover. Kemp with a sharp piece of work. A 1-2 with Sculthorpe. Kemp's shot well blocked though. Here's Schmidt. Off to get four. Plenty of South Hobart numbers, and one of them's the Morthog Morton who chips the keeper, but he got too much on it. And the keeper, I think, rightfully questioning his defence, who works it to Walter in space. He went inside though. Let's go out across to cover, but again they don't deal with it, and Walter's shot straight at the keeper with a back heel for Gorry. Now Kemp, they changed the angle, and now the ball comes into the back post. Just floated a bit too much though.
I heard it, and I looked over and I'm like, is he actually?
We're back for the second half here at Darcy Street. South Hobart making their way back out on the ground now. The visitors, Pascoe Vale, have been out there for a couple of minutes now, keen to get stuck in for this second half. They've got a deficit to chase. 1-0 the score, thanks to Pajari Sculthorpe. Put his side ahead. And South have been pretty good value ever since. So a big second 45 coming up here. South looking to claim their first scalp of the pre-season against these Victorian opponents, but remains to be seen how they can run out 90 minutes in this heat. At this stage of the year, they've tired a little bit over the past couple of weeks, which is pretty much what you'd expect for a side in the early stages of the pre-season. But we'll see how they run out today. There's the Mordog Morton, punches it forward for Brennan, but it's cut out there and immediately Von Ship. He's on it. Morton back in defence. That's a delightful ball for Osmancevic, who cuts it back, and it's cleared by Ludford. But immediately some real pace and intensity about the attack of Pascoe Vale. They started brightly in the first half too. It's Graham Wright. We kitted up on the bench. I wonder if we'll see him at all in the second half. For now, it's Kieran Brown in net. The regular number one, Osmancevic. Swinging a dangerous corner and good contact there from the centre half, who nods it just wide in Doherty. Just wide of the far post. He won the header commandingly. Just glanced wide. Good delivery from Osmancevic there. Just getting in ahead of Dogger Brown was his opposing centre back. Schmidt volleys forward. Cut out by Abascal. He chips it for on Ship, and there's a 2-on-2. He holds up and then chips it in. A few players crashing the box. This volley is blocked away. That's the number 20, which is Luka Prelovic. So looks like a substitution made at half-time there from Pascoe Vale. We saw one just before the break with Gonzalez coming on to replace Madrid. On Ship has come on there. Trying to figure out who he's replaced. That's a Cardis, I think. Can't see the number 15 out there. That's a Costas. This has been replaced, I think. Confirmation on that, but I haven't seen him out thus far, as this one's played to Kemp. Forward for Walter. Walter checking back onto the right and delivering a dangerous looking ball for Sculthorpe. Will it fall for Brennan? Not quite. Big Pajari throwing his weight about there and causing chaos in the box. Back the other way is Osman Sevic, but his pass was behind Von Ship. Now Kobe Kemp. All broken up there. Talaricho. Ship. A little push on Brown, who grabbed the shirt. So a free kick, which was a raw smile from the number 10. Otherwise, he might have been a bit fortunate to get that one. Either way, it's going to be Talaricho to take. Drops it short there for Ballon. On Ship back to Ballon. He switches the play to Gonzalez. Broken up by Walter, flicked it to Schmidt. Oh, well done Walter, and then bit off a little bit more than he could chew. Now a chance, Gonzalez treads on the ball. His pass locked off. And Ludford should be able to beat a Baskel here. He'll roll out as he shields and he'll try and work it off him. Now Baskel's done nicely here, the Pascoe Vale fullback, scrapping away. In the end, the battle is won by South Hobart, a goal kick. Along they go. And a little push in the back, spotted there. Some confusion. And eventually he points the other way, and South Hobart thought they had the free kick, and they've been caught out here. That's handball. Nothing called. And then Gorry with a bit of a shove. That could be a penalty, and that's let go. So a bit of cosmic justice, perhaps. The only reason they had that attack was due to some confusion. The offside flag had been raised anyway. So, seeing to Darcy Street, no one knows what's going on, but yeah, that is a rather blatant handball. That is what I think in ice hockey they refer to as a hand pass. But, South Hobart were somewhat cruelly caught out there, thinking they had the free kick, only for the ref to point the other way. And then suddenly the defence was well out of position. Well, that would have been contentious had a goal come from that. No harm done in the end. Adam Gorry with the throw in. Scullthorpe the target, but he had two men bracketing him. The substitute, Prelovic, trying to make an immediate impact. Von Ship offering the short option on the throw. Osman Sevic. Does he get the throw in? No, he does not. He tried to sell it, but the linesman was not buying. Morton, misplaced pass is cut out by Ballon. He goes back to the centre half. Doherty, teasing little ball that lands nicely at the feet of Osman Sevic. Wants to go onto the preferred left. He won't beat the first defender in Brown. Brennan to Morton. He eaves it long. You can see the ball holding up in the breeze, so it's a different style they're going to have to play with on those passes this half, South Hobart. Just floating on them a bit in the first half. You'll see them hold up a little bit more. They opt for that longer option down the line. We've seen them opt for on occasion. Working up. Dogger Brown charging at the ball. His captain's armband about to fall off here. Well, they've been scrapped in a bit of a wrestling match with the big fella here, Von Ship. Using his powerful frame, he's lunging in. He wins the ball though, to be fair to him. And now he charges forward, gets around one, Von Ship. Couldn't get around Morton though. Got a foot in to keep the attacking move going, trying to find Osman Sevic. In the end, Ludford gets away. On the ball, I think. I don't know if any of Corey. Quickly caught the tail end of that, but play continues. Here's the substitute. And Gorry slides in. Prelovic winning the corner for his side. Now the centre halves. Hennessy and Doherty stroll on forward. Osman Sevic to take. It's a teasing ball. No one knows where it landed. Kempton, he swooped on it. He'll clear the area. We're looking around for it. Kobe Kemp located it, charged and dealt with the problem. Retreat back to Paulides. Gonzalez nods it down. Kuprelovic looking for Gonzalez again, but Ludford cut across him. The experienced centre half is having a very good game for his side. Coming off a very good season last year. Hugh Ludford. Gonzalez working up again. South peg back here at the moment. Forced into some defensive work, and Luke Farrell shields this one across the line. None have exemplified the defensive side of the game better for South today than Luke Farrell. He's been fantastic thus far. Working up the play superbly. Works this one to Walter. Now the Frenchman pulls out the pitching wedge. Hennessy nodded it down. Now we get to run to Prelovic. The early ball's played in dangerously, looking for Osmancevic. But there was Adam Gorry, who opts for safety first. Puts it out for a throw-in. Pascoe Vale enjoying their best spell of the game here. Asking some questions, but so far able to break through a fairly resolute defence from South. Here's Osmancevic, to his fullback, who charges into the box and tries to sneak one near post on Brown, who I think had it covered as it floats over the top. Adrian Talaricio charging in there, just trying to catch the keeper by surprise. I certainly wasn't expecting a shot. He worked his way in there. It looks like that might be Kieran Brown's final involvement in the game, because Graham Wright is on the sidelines preparing to come in. A Scotsman keeping depth at South. That's a poor last involvement in the game, it will be for Kieran Brown, although his side will get the throw in. Chip ball. And I reckon the wind might have just had a little something to do with the substitution too from Morton. Graham Wright, we got the more powerful boot. Kicking into a pretty stiff breeze at the moment. Sculthorpe attacked that one from an offside position. Pascoe Vale's ball, and now South Hobart will make the sub. And it looks like they're going to make a double sub. I think Vladi Castaneda will be coming on as well. So it will be Eduardo Castaneda for Jacob Brennan and Graham Wright for Kieran Brown. And Morton shuffles his deck a little here after 55 minutes. First involvement for the Scotsman upon his return to Tassie. Former Hobart Zebras keeper making the switch. They started last year and then didn't end up playing for them. Kieran Brown really made that spot his own, so Wright will provide competition this year, as James Wilson did the previous season. Schmidt wants it down. We've had more action there for a second, but not to be. Mallon works into the middle. Dangerous ball for Osmancevic. Back to Von Schip. Wants to get onto the left, and his first involvement is to gather that one up pretty comfortably. Graham Wright and set Adam Gorry away. Sculthorpe the target. Dispossessed though. Well done by Hennessy. And Morton clambering into the back of the number 9 there for Ante. And the Warthog not terribly pleased with that decision. He's taking the ball off with him. Have a look at it. Anyway, play continues. Pascoe Vale looking to probe through the middle, but South Hobart shut that down and now look to counter through Sculthorpe, but there's plenty of numbers back here, so he just holds up and waits for some support. And it's a great option to switch. Castaneda's first involvement in the game. He drops it off for Gorry. Gorry was looking to pick out the run of Sculthorpe, and behind it goes for a corner. Lovely flowing football that from South Hobart. Castaneda cutting inside to buy the space for Gorry. Classic South Hobart, that one. Gorry charging into the box. More offensive-minded fullbacks in the game. He'll cross this one, and it's a good ball too towards Morton. Donna Brown took a heavy touch. Now Pascoe Vale might be able to hit them in transition. They charge back the other way. That's a centre back there. As they work it forwards, he's continued his run too, but the long-range shot is taken by Osman Sevic. Yeah, it's well over the top. It was poor in the end, but Ethan Doherty jumping up and joining the rush there. Sensing a chance to get involved, and would have been a better option to return the ball to him. So here's Graham Wright. And the next one, which is around about midway before just holding. Ferrante, chip ball by Ludford. Osman Sevic. Cross blocked by Schmidt, who gets a second bite at it and just tried a rather ambitious volley at the near stick. And nothing doing there for Ballum. Right, to Hugh Ludford. He's got some space to carry this one out. Schmidt pressured immediately out there. Osman Sevic, who's been everywhere in this game. He's got a fair tank. This one's lofted forward for Sculthorpe, but always favours Hennessy. Lead away, then flicked on, but South pick it up. Sculthorpe with a clever little flick even. Releases Walter. And Walter, the rasping ball to Gorry at the back post. Just can't quite pick out Sculthorpe. Kemp in the middle. Or Sculthorpe. But again, it's lovely football from South. They're moving the ball around the pitch very well. Positioning defence into attack as this one's worked across. Here's Osman Sevic with a bit of room in behind Schmidt for once, but Schmidt recovers. Osman Sevic, dangerous play, stings the palms of Wright, and then he punches it clear. Good keeping from the Scotsman, his first major test. And he stands up. Here's Castaneda to Tasmania, and with South Hobart over the last year, couldn't really establish himself in the team, but he'll look to do that this season. He's got a chance to run at the defence here, but it was nicely defended there by Talarico. Farrell, crisp pass to Wadi. Now back to Gorry. Gorry to Ludford. Dexterousness enough, but he's passing. Match the movement. Oh, it's easily broken up. Allen. Osman Sevic looking to release Gonzalez. Who curls one into Von Shep, who couldn't quite get it on the volley. Wasn't far away. A teasing cross from Gonzalez. The big number 10 almost swooped. That one stays in. And he's coughed it straight up there. Prelovic to Castaneda. Now Graham Wright. Clear the area. This one will hold up. Sculthorpe beaten in the air. Well, that was a crucial one. Wild swing at the ball, but it fell the way of Pascoe Vale. And now Walter and South Hobart could be on here as Alex Walter storms forward. He's got some supporting attack through Schmidt and Sculthorpe, but Schmidt's touch is heavy and it allows Paulides to pick it up. Talarico. Ballon overhitting that one. Out of play as we tick past an hour here at Darcy Street. Still South Hobart holding sway. 1 goal to nil. It's Pajari Sculthorpe with the only goal of the game so far. And might have only been 1 goal, but it's been a pretty free-flowing affair. Both teams have played in a good manner, and attacked, to play positively. You'll get the feeling there could be the 1 or 2 before the end. That's beautiful work from Morton, superb stuff, and now Sculthorpe's away down the left. He crosses looking for Gorry, who made a run, but it's well cut out by Talarico. Read the danger and snuffed it out. Osman Sevic just losing his footing there. And Schmidt scraps away, and does he win the throw? He does. He's having a very good game, Connor Schmidt. He's a scrappy customer. Difficult to get around. He's got the throw here. They've done a good job taking away that throw backwards that South like to use. This one's smashed forward by Doherty. Osman-Sevic dispossessed by Brown. And he's off to the races here. He's got Gonzalez at the back post. He's got Prelevic here. He'll tee this one up and drive it into the back of the net. The substitute, Luka Prelevic, has got Pascoe Vale back on terms. He drives it home. And it's 1-1 at Darcy Street. So South snug here. Couldn't commit the foul on Osman-Sevic, who thought his way through it. He cut it back, and in acres of space at the top of the box was the substitute who drives it home with conviction. That's a lovely play from Pascoe Vale. It's 1-1.
Good. Go. Keep the work rate up, David.
So, how will South Hobart respond here? Being pegged back. Kemp
Good.
should get down the line, but that's broken up. Savage, he's got Gonzalez in the middle. He's offside though. And that's the right call by the official. He had straight. Pretty much directly in line with that one. Good decision from the linesman. So Graham Wright. Morton sauntering forward to offer a bit of an aerial target. Instead he goes wide to Castaneda, who just misjudged that one a little. Floats over the top. Mauricio was there, and then in the end, smashing it forward was Doherty. Here's the goal scorer, Prelevic, cut out by Brown, and geez, he had to win that. They were on Pascoe Vale there. They had three men. Sculthorpe with a heavy touch. And now it's a bit of a foot race. Will Kobe Kemp or the keeper get there first? Geez, they're coming together between the two in the end. Politis and Kemp. Politis sprawled out on the ground. And it looks like a foul's been given against the keeper. Well, I'll have to have another look at that one. I don't know if he's just pointing that direction, but surely not. Look at the replay. Who gets here first? Keeper. It's just coming together with two people going at the ball. It's inevitable. So, should be a free kick, I'd have thought, Pascoe Vale's way though. It was going one way, but so just the throw in anyway. Substitution in the offing for Pascoe Vale by the looks of things. Assume that maybe Rekia introduced. Haven't seen him thus far. Only three on the bench. Anyway, play eventually resumes. Here's Ludford. Castaneda. Gorion's outside. Riding shotgun. Castaneda opts to switch to Walter. Takes a touch inside. Wild swing at the ball from the fullback. Walter turns into space and threads it through for Sculthorpe. He's nicely defended though. Doherty winning the duel. Walter on his feet. Tried a little nutmeg on Gonzalez. Out for a throw in.
Adrian's there. You just go central. Hey, and you can still do this in the break. See? Right.
So here is the Morthog Morton.
Right, good.
Rasping ball. Cut out by Tallarico. Milovic release his teammate, the Morthog, down the line. Pick out Castaneda. Luke Farrell just punches it. That's into touch two. All scrappy. 1-1. 66 minutes gone here. And another substitution. South Hobart looking to their bench. Ryan Cook going to be introduced, and he will replace the Frenchman Luke Farrell. He gets a warm round of applause, and rightfully so. A fantastic performance from Luke Farrell today. He was an absolute model of composure in front of that back four. Still such an important player for this team. He's versatile, he's experienced, and he is going to be pretty happy, I'd have thought, with that 66 minutes he got out of his veteran there, Ken Morton. Here's Von Schip. Toricho worked it. Osman Sevic. Von Schip's just gone out of the game a little in this second half. Hasn't been as prominently involved as he was in the first 45, where he was everywhere. Sculthorpe playing himself into trouble there, but using his big frame just to shield the ball. He kept on keeping on. He was like the little engine that could there. And eventually, Pascoe Vale will turn it into attack, and Dogger Brown smashes that one up into the grandstand. Must have seen someone he didn't like, nearly decapitated someone. But it will buy them time to get back in defence here. Ballon. Here's Gorry. Rose for the newly introduced Cook, who had 3 Pascoe Vale defenders surrounding him. The powerful Osman Sevic and Von Schip combined delightfully there. Then cuts inside Von Schip inside of him. On the outside though, and South Hobart scramble across in coverage. Just trying to get on top here, Pascoe Vale. Maybe South Hobart just tiring a little. 1-1 the score. Here's Von Schip. Looking it around the perimeter of the box. Eventually they play it to Von Schip. They appeal for handball against the Warthog. Ball to hand the Colt. Track down by Doherty, who then loses it to Castaneda. Castaneda turns back inside. Finds Kemp. Wants something from his fullback Schmidt. Gets it from him, but Gonzalez was shadowing him every step of the way and then just picks his pocket and says, "Thank you very much." Now they're going to have to fly back the other way south, because it's Pascoe Vale in attack through Gonzalez. 3v4 at the back at the moment. Oh, and they've rather wasted a good opportunity there. A sloppy pass. They'll get the ball back, and I do think South are starting to tire a little bit. Quite as sharp as they were. Ferrante. Loricho into the middle again for Ferrante. Spreads the play out. Ferrante wants it again. Instead goes for Von Schip. Ludford read that. Got a foot in. Ballon to Von Schip. Now Gonzalez. Trying to pick out Prelovic. Couldn't quite get there. Doherty away for Ballon. Schmidt dueling, and again a throw in.
Amir, that's your job now. Just in case. Amir, drop a bit, Amir.
So Walter charges forward. Can pick out Morton. Brown. Osman Sevic. Handball against Ludford. No, here's the call. I'm not sure that was a natural position. He's fired at him from very close range. But might be fortunate to get away with that one, I reckon. Morton back to Castaneda. Tries to switch the play. Sliding challenge to win it. Morton picks it up. Now over the top for Walter. Chance to run into the box here. Instead, goes looking for Pajari. Sculthorpe! Oh, just needed the finishing touch. But he couldn't apply it, the youngster. He scored one earlier on. It's a delightful ball from Walter. Thought he was going to charge into the box. Instead, just teased in. A great one as we have a look at that handball shout again. And it was frenetic stuff, because in the space of 15 seconds, it was South threatening at the other end. Ballon to Gonzalez. Gonzalez to Ferrante. Ferrante gets around Brown, skins him, but Cook tracking back nicely. So Graham Wright assessing the field. He heads in the Alex Walter direction, just punches it out to him. Brings it down with a lovely piece of control and sliding in there. Was the fullback again, Talarico. Sorry, the Pascoe. Talarico on the other side as Sculthorpe holds it up, works it back to Alex Walter. Just continues to impress this pre-season. They had the team of the year last season, but from the glimpses we've seen over the past few weeks, he might have taken another step. That is a worrying thought for the rest of the competition. Cook scrapping with Talarico, and it's the South Hobart man who draws the foul. A chance perhaps for Gorry or Kemp to cross one in here. They've been able to tease those balls in towards the 6-yard box. They've caused a little bit of panic in the defence, and a slice of cheese has been issued here for Talarico. I don't know if it was for back chat or for the foul itself, but number 2 going into the book there. Our first slice of cheese for the day. So a bit of a dose of dairy for the boys from Victoria. Real camembert that one though, I think. Wasn't too much in it. Pretty soft. Here's Gorry. Usually a very good crosser of the ball. He goes right into the middle. Headed away. Walter jumping at it. Morton hoiks it back in there, and Ballon is able to clear. Here's Ludford. Brown coming back from an offside position, so he can contest. They'll go back to Paulides. So Hobart preparing another sub. Looks like Antonio Saracino, one of the youngsters. Get a bit of a run out. It's probably the other thing, or other reason why South Hobart might have just faded a little bit in some of these games against the Victorian opposition. The amount of substitutions you make. Suddenly you've got half a different team out there, and doesn't make things tough. Oh, it's a lovely bit of skill by the goal scorer, Prelevich, rolling it through for Gonzalez, holding off the attention of Gorry, who did ever so well to get a foot in and stop the number 7 there. Beautifully defended by Adam Gorry, Darcy Street's favourite ringer, showing just why. Here's Sculthorpe showing strength. Doing well to hold off Hennessy. In the end, Ballon slides in to put it out of play. South Hobart going to ask a few more questions the other way, and that substitution can now be made with Saracino to come on. And looks like that will be the end of Alex Walter's day. So another tremendous shift from Alex Walter. Real life why he makes way for Antonio Saracino. One of these youngsters that South Hobart are so excited about. And with a big future, for those in the know, also be believed. So Connor Schmidt, or is it short for Wadi Castaneda? Castaneda retreats back to Graham Wright. Smashes this one down the middle. No one there for South Hobart though. And then goes straight to Dogger Brown, whose header wasn't great. And redeems it by flicking it back to Wright. Well, that wasn't right. That was definitely a wrong option there from the Scotsman. Straight out of play. A slice of cheese. Geraci over, he's lost that. And now Kobe Kemp. Oh, lovely little pass that. Finds Castaneda. Chips it over the top for a surging Adam Gorry. Just held up in the breeze which halted him, and it's nicely defended by Doherty. Throw in. The last touch was that of the South Hobart fullback. There's another sub in the offing. And it looks like Stephen Hatzakostas is going to come back on. In the first half, but more liberal substitute rules in the pre-season game. So back into the fray comes the number 15. And coming off is the number 24, Matty Ballon. Cook. Oh, that's not dealt with. No one can see it though, the sun in the eyes. Shining brightly over the ground. It's a lovely day. Terraccio. Tallarico, sorry. Here's Kemp. Man just on, trying to make an impact. Scrapping with Kobe Kemp, who did well just to get a foot on the ball and halt his progress. He continues. Morton. Somehow aware of Gonzalez coming from the blind side and just checked back in and then worked it to Gorry, who has a rare errant touch and he's furious with himself. Very rare you see Adam Gorry make a mistake like that. Well kept in by Tallarico. Now he is the goal scorer. Prelovich. But South Hobart on the attack. Morton is just going to hold up again. Saraceno. And a sliding challenge is made in the end by a Pascoe. Skelthorpe is possessed. Hobart through Schmidt. Castaneda. Back to Kemp. I'll think about the shot instead. Out to Adam Gorry in space. Cook peeling towards the near post. He got a volley on it, but nowhere near enough contact on it to trouble the Politis. Good ball though from Gorry. An intelligent run from Cook, but just well tracked by the defender in the end. Gorry will cut this one out and takes it behind Von Schip. He looked to knock it past the fullback too, I think. He did. But holding his ground very nicely was Tallarico. Skelthorpe presenting. Turns into a little bit of trouble, Von Schip. Nutmeg of Gorry. And now he's just going to look to burn off Castaneda and Brown. But there are plenty of South Hobart shirts back. They just converged upon the big number 10 like he was a lightning rod. And dealt with the problem nicely. Here's Saraceno. Kemp. Sliding challenge. Flying in there was Hennessy. And he won the ball nicely for his team. Osman Sevic. Jinking one way, then the other, but he ran straight into Hugh Ludford, who's been an absolute rock at the back today. Cook, the outlet for this one. Away goes Doherty. That's Acostas. Prelovich. Thought about the shot. Instead plays it to Von Schip. Now Tallarico. Teasing cross. Oh, not far away. Osman Sevic at the back post and eluded all comers though. And floats behind for a goal kick. As both sides go looking for a goal that could well be the winner at this late stage. As we have a look at the little nutmeg from Von Schip. He's been a bit quieter this half, but there's still plenty about him that impresses. And he's shown his talent here today. Here's Graham Wright, who smashes it down the middle. A little bit of extra leg on it. Ferrante down the middle for Gonzalez. Oh, route one, and it might do the trick. Oh, clawing at it was right. He got a piece of it and kept it out. Gonzalez just not quite executing the chip. South Hobart survived. They were carved up through the middle a little too easily there. Disappoint Morton, I think. And it remains 1-1. Schmidt against Osman Sevic, who takes a touch out of play. And this was very close to being 2-1. Brown just misjudging the Lily. Went the chip, made himself big, and got the block on, but just didn't make enough contact there to Gonzalez. A little bit more, and the keeper would have been stranded. Here's Kobe Kemp. Just smooth mover out there. And he's brought down. Wins the free kick. Just silky fly up. Just glides across the pitch. Kobe Kemp. Joy to watch. Here's Castaneda. Gorry been heavily involved in the second half especially. A heavy touch there, almost let Gonzalez in, but he recovered and punched it to Morton, and Kobe Kemp is looking to get on the end of that one. I suspect he might have been offside anyway, but it was a slightly overhit ball as it was. Hennessy it across. Ferrante, Hennessy knocking around the back. Lofted forward, repelled by Hugh Ludford. Prelovic. Tallarico. Now Doherty. Taking their way through it, but Doherty chips it down the line. Adam Gorry putting it out of play. 82.5 minutes of tick by. 1-1 here at Darcy Street. Is there a late sting in the tail? Gonzalez has found himself a pocket of space and he uses it to perfection to Osman Sevic, but Brown recovered well. Somehow Gonzalez found himself all alone. He just picked that gap between the lines and released Osman Sevic, and he looked on here, but coming in from the side, Brown did really well not to infringe because it would have been a penalty. Win the ball for his side. The danger not past though. Osman Sevic to take. Prelovic looming ominously at the top of the box. Instead, he'll go towards the back post where Dogger Brown clears the area. Ferrante with a volley that never looked like going in. It looked like it might stay in the field of play, but certainly was never going to threaten the net of Graham Wright there. Leaning back, it was an awkward height. Pretty low percentage effort that. So Brown just itching a bit of the cramp out there. Nearing the end here. Another substitution in the offing for South Hobart. Looks like Isaac DeGhetto might be ready to come on. So Graham Wright. Sculthorpe moving with Tallarico. Won it down to Gonzalez. Well done by Brown to take it away from Prelovic. Now that substitution will be made, and it is indeed. Who have we got? No, it's Olaf Conforti who's going to come on. Got confused by the DeGhetto of old. Saw a ponytail. He's changed the salad, and he's going to come on. Olaf Conforti. He's coming on for Kobe Kemp. Just saw from behind, but no. DeGhetto, the different salad this year, no longer the divine ponytail. Maybe that was just the Italian thing when he was at Lonnie City. Scrapping in the middle, Saraceno takes it away, working with Conforti there. The two youngsters, it's an entirely different looking South Hobart side now after they've made all these substitutions. Very youthful looking lineup for the most part, as Cody Kemp is congratulated on the bench, and rightfully so. Another consummate performance from South Hobart's number 8 and midfield maestro. Schmidt favoured for that, but it floated over his head. Ludford smacks it away. There's Marcevic playing a 1-2. I think it's another touch and takes it forward, but well done. Standing his ground with Schmidt. That was strong. Near the stature. And the winger has been marking most of the day. Both of them indeed, Osman Sevic and Ron Ship, both sizable, but he's held his own. He's in another scrap here. It's the big man, but he blocks that off superbly, and then coming in was Conforti to help out. Stifling him there. 3.5 to play. There won't be much stoppage time. The team win it late. Pascoe Vale pushing late here. Tucked it back for Prelovic. Buy some room. Great save by Graham Wright. Huge kick save. Prelovic, oh so close to a brace. What would be a match-winning brace you'd fancy. Here's Von Ship, blocked by his own man. The danger has yet to pass though. Pascoe Vale knocking the ball around. Roaming away. Hennessy looking for Gonzalez, but he's not the real aerial target. They've got some sizable lads. I'm not sure the number 7's the one I'd want to be chipping it forwards too, and South Hobart now back the other way. Gorry with a great ball to Sculthorpe, takes a touch in the box, but Jerry Sculthorpe! 2-1! And surely the maximum of the youngster, he scored the opener and showed superb composure to slot it over the top of the keeper with a deft chip, and he might just have won the game for his side. Pajari Sculthorpe. How was the ball from Adam Gorry though? Dissects the defence, he peeled off here. The defender knows he can't foul him at this point. And a cheeky little chip from Pajari Sculthorpe. What a ball from Gorry, and what a finish, and what a last involvement from Sculthorpe, who's going to be replaced by Isaac Deghetto. And he might just have won the game for his side there. Talk about staking a claim. And I think we might be witnessing South Hobart's new number 9 for the upcoming season. He'll just be making the position his own. A fantastic display. That was a classy finish at the end, although Pascoe Vale determined to hit back here. Would still end at 2-2. So my usual fellow co-commentator on the stream predicting such a score. 2-1 will do just nicely as far as we're concerned up here though. Certainly our producer very happy with the score at the moment as it stands. Wonderful Ash Wilkes of Byron stream as this one. Oh, Gorry slid in ferociously at that one. Body on the line, blocked it off. Conforti scraps away. Did some good work there, just disrupted him. Like a little terrier there at the moment. Some of these young South Hobart pups biting at the heels of the Pascoe Vale players, making life uncomfortable for them. The fullback now sauntering forward, but, well, Comedy Vera's there for a second, but eventually they should be able to clear it. And they will. Switching ball to Gorry, just a bit much on it though, and it floats over the top. So 30 seconds left in regulation. Pascoe Vale sensing the urgency. South Hobart sensing the chance for a big victory to finish this pre-season series against the Victorian sides. It would be a fantastic scalp for them. Tremendous belief heading into the season. They've been outstanding today, South. Well worth a win if they can hold on. Ferrante. Cleared by Ludford. On Ship. Rodis. Oh, dangerous touch from Brown. Recovers and puts it behind. He was just trying to take it onto his left to clear it, but just left it there for Gonzalez, who was sneaking in behind him. And in the end, pressured him enough to win the corner, which will be taken by Osman Sevic. Just about everyone forward. The keeper coach screaming back stick, and there were two players just about all on their own at the near stick. Well, headed wide, but what a chance at the death there. The centre back. In the end there, Doherty. Chance goes begging. Just nodded at the complete wrong direction. Inexplicably in plenty of space at the near post. That would have been an infuriating way for the hosts to lose it. They won't though. They claim a 2-1 victory and end their pre-season series against these Victorian sides. The visitors on the mainland on a high. 2-1. The Jerry Sculthorpe 2. And it was the substitute, Prelovic, who levelled scores for Pascoe Vale, but it was a late sting in the tail, and it was a good one as far as this crowd is concerned. They'll go home happy. They've seen a wonderful afternoon's football and a South Hobart victory. It's been a lovely few weeks having these visiting teams down. It's something I think everyone in Tasmanian football would love to see more of. A great opportunity for these players to test themselves. And we'll eagerly be awaiting the next mainland visitors in the FFA Cup and NPL finals. We'll have a look at the goals before we bid you farewell here. It was for Jerry Sculthorpe. This is his match winner. What a ball from Gorry. Good touch, took it centrally. How's the composure? Lifts it over the top. and that would be the match winner. We'll have a look at the first half goals too. Adam Goring once again heavily involved. He's got the assist to Sculthorpe on both of them, but had a bit more to do on that one. He turned the defender, held him off and fired it home. And this young man, I was calling for him a bit last year. He dominated the Challenge League. I think he might be dominating at a higher level this year. It was made 1-1 when Prelovich hammered this one home. But South Hobart, we're going to finish strong this week. And Pajari Sculthorpe duly fired home the match winner. So it ends South Hobart 2, Pascoe Vale 1. And that is all we've got for you here on Slice of Cheese. A wonderful pre-season. We might have a few games throughout the summer series. We'll keep an eye on that one, see how things are going. An occasional stream, but otherwise we'll be back with the Summer Cup finals and round 1 action in a month or so. But there'll be a few streams before then. But stay tuned to Slice of Cheese. All the latest local footballing news. And to thank Ash Wilkes and the team at Buy On Stream with the Velusta on camera for the wonderful images you are seeing. But from the Theatre of Dreams, it's finished South Hobart 2, Pascoe Vale 1.
We lose ourselves in the spirit of things. We lose our sight when we put our trust in things of this material world, of things that fade away. Let me keep coming back, 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 keep coming back.
other way. Corey with a great ball to Sculthorpe. Takes a touch in the box. But Jerry Sculthorpe! 2-1! And surely the answer. He scored the over and showed some curve. Wonderful Ashwoods and Violent Streamers. This one. Oh, Corey slid in ferociously at that one. Body on the line. Blocked it off. Conforti on ship. Rodis. Oh, dangerous touch from Brown. Recovers and puts it behind. Just about everyone for the keeper. Coach screaming back stick, and there were two players just about all on their own at the near stick. Well,